How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about CCIV that's going to be merging with Lucid Motors. We got the business combination that is coming up soon, and I feel like I really have to do an update video for you guys, especially with the market conditions that we're currently in. So first and foremost, we need to jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is a technical analysis, taking a look at the overall price action. With the business combination that's going to be coming up soon and with the volatility that we have inside the market, I feel it's very important for you guys to watch this portion of the video so you know what to be prepared for, especially as next week comes. And as far as for the second thing we're going to be going over is the order flow distribution. We want to know what is the inflows, what are the outflows, are institutions loading up? We want to know overall in general because it does have an impact on the price. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. This is very key. We want to know, does CCIV have short squeeze potential? And we also want to know, what is the overall market sentiment? So when all of that is done, of course, we're going to be going over the final thoughts. So let's get to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for CCIV. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $22.79, being down 0.74%. On the low, it tested $22.30, and then on the high, testing $23.85. So now let's take a look at the volume stats. So we can see on the Friday, we had 8.913 million shares that were traded. And as far as the average volume over 10 trading days, it's around 9.739 million. So it was below average, and it's part of the reasons why I wasn't surprised of seeing the pullback. When we take a look at the RSI down below, you can definitely see it's been beaten up, being at 30.95. So again, anyone that's looking into getting to CCIV long term and they believe in the prospects, this is an opportunity just taking a look at the technicals alone. And also for your information, we are using the 6-month 2-hour chart. So one of the things that we could take notice of as far as where we could go, I wouldn't be surprised if we get down to the $21 level, especially with the business combination that's going to be coming up. We already know when it comes to SPACs and the ticker symbol changes, there tends to be a big time sell-off. So if you're looking to actually get into CCIV as far as for an entry, or maybe just going in with a portion of a position, then I'll be looking at 21 and then seeing if it actually ends up falling below that. I'm not saying that's exactly what's going to be happening, because I do see that there should be some support right here at this $20 level. So taking everything into consideration, as far as areas of resistance are concerned at the current time, we ended up getting to $23.85 on the Friday. So of course, this $24 level becomes a psychological level. So if we're able actually to get past this $24 level, then we could potentially look forward to seeing a move getting into the mid 24s. And it'd be interesting if we're able actually to get to $25. But from my honest opinion here, I do not see it happening, especially because this is depending on the overall market conditions. So the market conditions continue to be bearish. This is why I was telling you guys, look out for it going to around 21 and possibly might even go below 21. But I'm just telling you guys this just in case you want to get started on an entry position. I know some of you got in at higher, so maybe you might want to look into averaging down and so forth. But do know the risks that come with that. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for CCIV. So when we see the short volume ratio, it is at 21.46%. So of course, it does have some short squeeze potential there. As we scroll down on the page, the short shares availability is at 95,000, updated 9 minutes ago. And for the short vol free rate, it's also at 9.82%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we can see on the 15th, it was at 21.46, and now on the 16th being at 23.44. And this is of no surprise to me whatsoever. We do have the business combination that's going to be coming up soon, and as you know, with many SPACs, this is a volatile time. This is part of the reasons why I'm saying look out for those pullbacks in CCIV, especially if you believe in the long-term prospects or if you're looking for a swing trade. But make sure if it's a swing trade, you're waiting on confirmation of a recovery. So that's what I wanted to update you guys on. It's good to see CCIV does have that short squeeze potential to it, but of course, this needs to have buying buying demand. If we don't have a lot of buying going on, then of course we're going to continue to see downward pressure while shorts are making money. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for CCIV. So we could see here on the inflow we had 39, and on the outflow we have 45. So we had 0 on the large for the inflows, 26 on the medium, and 14 on the small. As far as for the outflow side, we had 1 on the large, 28 on the medium, and small we had 15, and of course this is in the millions. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see the past 2 trading days have been outflow days. With on the 15th we have 1,047.42, and then on the 16th we have 1,276.8, and we also had an outflow day on the 12th, and we had 0 large scale orders on the 13th, but we did have an inflow day on July the 14th being at 1,402.74. So taking everything into consideration, I do believe there's going to continue to be volatility leading up to the business combination. So I want you to be aware of that, and especially if you're thinking about going long term in regards to an entry position, I would have some patience here, but we'll talk more about that. Let's jump into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details. So for my final thoughts for CCIV that's going to be merging with Lucid Motors, there's going to be a lot of volatility leading up to the business combination that's expected to close on July the 23rd. So knowing this, there's a potential where we could see a big time pullback in the overall stock price. And the reason why this is important, especially if you're looking to go long, we already know as far as the PIPE investors are concerned, they got into CCIV at $15 a share. So if it ends up pulling back to 21 or anywhere inside of the 20s, I feel, hey, if you believe in the long-term prospects and you have high conviction, that's an opportunity to add to your position. Or maybe you might be looking into averaging down just in case maybe you bought near when it was close to its tops. But also another thing to take a look at, when we take a look on Fintel, we saw that the short interest was around 23%. So of course there is short squeeze potential. So there's a lot of buying pressure and there's a lot of demand for CCIV shares. Of course, we could see strong moves to the upside, and it's part of the reasons why I am going to be keeping on my watch list. And I actually do believe in the long-term prospects for CCIV. So once I see the price it kind of decides to settle around, I will be thinking about going in, especially adding in as far as going long term. But if I can get close to that $15 that the PIPE investors paid, and we're talking about, it wasn't too long ago that we saw CCIV even below $20. So if any of that actually happens, I'm taking advantage. You don't have to do this. This is not financial advice. We also have to understand they have not put out a single car, right? So that's one of the things we need to be aware of. So there's a lot of risks that you are taking by investing inside of this company. And I want you to really understand that. Yes, they already know and they're already aware that this is actually a technology race when it comes to electric vehicles. And that is something that is really good to see. And the fact that they're going to be focusing in that luxury segment, I think is really a good look. And I'm going to be looking for it and keeping a close eye and also making an investment. And I'm going to be wondering, hey, are they going to be able to pull it off? Are they going to be the Tesla killers that everybody's talking about? I personally do believe Tesla is Tesla. Not many people are actually going to be competing with them, but for the most part, I do see there's room in the market for CCIV, especially since this is the type of a team that has the right management in place. Again, a lot of the people that are pretty much working under at Lucid Motors, a lot of them came from Tesla. And we also see, as far as hiring is concerned, they have the right people in place. So there's a good high chance that they are going to be successful. And we also do know there's a lot of demand for their vehicles. We already saw as far as the pre-orders are concerned, and these are also good things that we need to see. And when it comes to these growth stocks, it's always beneficial if you can get in early, because hey, if the stock price ends up getting to $100, let's say about 3, 4, 5 years from now, or even $80, it's still a pretty good return on your investment. Like I said, if you're holding for at least 3 years. And we also do know, as far as Joe Biden is concerned, he's big on the infrastructure plan, and a lot of that includes prioritization in regards to electric vehicles, also charging stations and so forth. And these are one of those opportunities it's definitely worth doing some more homework and as well as some more due diligence on. So I'm going to continue to be patient, have that wait and see approach, see what the price looks like, and of course I'll keep you guys updated. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.